Writing a strong research paper or dissertation involves several steps, but we all have the capacity to write a very good research. Welcome back to Atlas Crossings, and in this video, we will go over 10 key steps to writing a strong research dissertation. Your topic sets the stage for everything that follows. It sets the foundation for your entire research. So it's important that you choose a research topic that is researchable and manageable. So something that is worth researching and something that you can manage within the time frame of the research or the time that you have for the research. Make sure your research topic is not too broad and not too narrow. So it's understanding what is the appropriate research topic that fits into the goal or the overall aim or goal of the research. Let's take, for example, you have a broad research topic titled climate change. You can actually narrow this down to say the impact of climate change on crop yield in Southeast Asia. So that has narrowed down the topic and given us a better focus and perspective to the research itself. Your literature review is not a place to present all of what we know or all of what is existing within a subject matter, but it's important that we do an extensive literature review to help us understand what research has been done already within that subject area, what are the gaps, what sort of theories were used, what sort of methodologies were used, what were the different arguments and perspectives within that subject matter. Our literature review allows us, or by doing an extensive literature review, it means that we avoid actually duplicating work that has been done in a subject area. It's possible we have a research idea we think is a great research idea, but it might have been resolved, or it might have been, there might have been a research done on that subject matter already, and it would be relevant for us to do that research in the same way as it has already been done. There could be potentials for us to actually do the research in a different way, avoiding us to duplicate research and avoiding a waste of research time. Your thesis statement is the central argument or the central point within your research. It's important that your thesis statement is clear, it's concise, it's understandable, and overall within the research, you try to relate the conversations, the discussions around that central argument, your thesis statement. An example of a thesis statement here could be in relation to our topic on climate change. Climate change significantly reduces the crop yield as a result of temperature and altered rainfalls. Your methodology outlines how you will conduct your research. It includes your research design, data collection process, and your data analysis process. It is important that you ensure that the methods that you choose and you use to conduct your research is appropriate for your type of research. So think about the different literature papers you've gone through, think about the different methodologies that were used, and think about what will be appropriate for your own research within that subject area. Having the right methodology can help your research become more credible and, of course, acceptable within the academic space. Gather your data systematically and according to the methodology you have prescribed within your methodology section. Once you've collected the data, analyze the data, provide answers or provide reviews and critical evaluations of the outputs that you receive in your data analysis. You can use statistical or qualitative tools to do it. Ensure that they are actually credible sources and tools that you're using and that can be used by a different researcher. So if someone else was to pick up your research using the data, they will be able to use the tools in the same process to generate the same results that you have. So be thorough with your research, be objective, be ethical with your research. Don't be afraid to discuss any unexpected results. If you get a different outcome, it's all right to discuss those outcomes, even if they were unexpected. That is the idea of doing a research. You might get outputs and results that you're not expecting to get. Of course, you have to structure your dissertation. A standard dissertation would include an introduction, a literature review, a methodology, data analysis and discussions, and a conclusion section and recommendation. For your entire dissertation work, ensure that they're very clear, ensure that it's concise, ensure that every section flows into the next section. Your dissertation research is like a journey, so ensure that it flows from chapter to chapter. Ensure that we can see the journey and the path it takes from the introduction all the way down to the conclusion and recommendation section. Proper citation is crucial for academic integrity of your work. So whether you write a research paper or a dissertation, it's important that you properly provide in-text citations and you properly provide a reference section. Use the required citation style consistently across the work. So different universities have different citation styles required. So it's important that you understand what your university's citation style is. Remember, proper citation is not just about avoiding plagiarism, but it's also about giving original authors the credit they deserve and also increasing the credibility of your research. Editing and revising your work is a very important step. Of course, you have to go over your work, ensure that there are no grammatical errors, ensure that the statements are clear and free from any jargons, or that all jargons or technical words are clearly explained. There are several tools today that can help you with grammar corrections, spelling errors. I've used Grammarly a lot of times. For some of my works, sometimes I've used ChatGPT to correct spellings. I don't use them to generate the text, but you can use them to actually correct spellings and grammars and help, to assess the clarity of the statements that you've made as well. We cannot overemphasize this next part, which is seeking feedback and advice from, whether it's colleagues, whether it's friends, whether you can get some feedback from your supervisors, mentors. It's quite important that you can get someone else to look at your work and provide some feedback for you. So no matter how many times you've written a very good paper, no matter how long you've been writing, or even if it's your first time, it's always something that you should take into consideration when you write, is to get someone else to have a look at your work and provide feedback to you. And beyond just getting feedback is that you're willing to incorporate that feedback into your work. And that takes us to the next point, being open to learning. Now, you have to be open to learning. You have to always be open to get new ideas, open to feedback, open to, learning new things, even though they might not be in your comfort zone or in comfort space. There are potentials for you when you see different literature or new ways of doing things that could be potential for you to improve your work, to improve the credibility of your work, to improve the creativity of your work by simply being open to learning new things or new ideas, or even accepting new results or results that were unexpected while you were doing your research. So always be open to learning through the entire process of your research. So we just went through 10 steps that could help you write your next strong research or dissertation. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found this video relevant. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you have any suggestions or comments, you can put them in the comment section below. And thank you for showing up.